Simplified Warhammer podcast.
Hi, as usual, we got the same guys. We got Brad,
Hello.
Andrea,
Ciao.
and me. This is the third of a series where we rank the Warhammer Underworlds warbands. Tonight we're going to be doing the Beastgrave warbands. And as you can see there, we've got our usual rankings: super, good, meh, trash, and do not resuscitate. We'll be going over all the warbands as we go. So our first warband for tonight is...
No spoilers.
Yes, Cataract's a spoiler.
Yeah,
Bunch of
right.
beats and chaos guys. We're looking at what? 4 gores, so 4 ungores,
4
1
ungores.
gore, and a Bray Shaman. What do you think, Brad?
Yeah, they kind of do the job of a normal Bray Shaman. Yeah, kind of like point wise, they're kind of the same. 140 versus 136 or something like that. If you break it down, kind of a cool little screeny unit and sort of like aggressive, like having a bit more Bray Shaman a bit forward more instead of having it like at the back sacrificing gores to the temple.
That's why they can absorb some.
And then so it keeps your Bray Shaman a little bit more alive, like especially against like Lizardman and a couple of the other
Oh, yeah.
kill your 5 wound characters dead super quickly type of units. So yeah, I think pretty good.
Definitely a good unit so far.
Yeah.
And what's nice is it's a Bray Shaman with a more offensive ability to his
Yeah.
spell, so that's pretty good. So I'd give him that. Give it a good. What do you say?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Definitely
pretty
throwing a
good.
good on that one there.
we have been joined by
Definitely
them.
works for a good unit there. Also, guest appearance by the Fluff this evening. In the show, you might not see him again on that, but either way. Okay, on the next units there, we're looking at the Skates Wild Hunt. Silvernet unit, very unique unit. There
The
is
most unique.
nothing
Yep.
like them at all. Probably because of this model, we all got very confused and thought Kragnos was a Silvernet model.
I mean, it is a mini Kragnus.
Yeah.
really, So
So awesome, very useful. Brad, over to you.
Yeah, so you can't compare points wise, 120 points, they kind of fit. Does that fit into the Sylvaner sort of general point scheme? Don't really know.
they have
120 points.
they have no other unit like this, even in the army. If you think about it, there is nothing like that because you have the tree revenants, you have the bigger trees, you have the tree lords, you have the branch witches, the branch raids.
Yeah.
So the
They-
dryads. So nothing is like that.
So they have a bit of a flanking sort of foster unit.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a cavalry squad where they can run and charge or run and shoot. So a bit more of a flanky guys who are not revolving around the teleport through the forest.
They can give the +1 to wounds to friendly Sigmar.
Yeah.
That's a spell. So as
That is a very useful ability. though.
yeah, if you put it on a bigger monster, like I don't know if the three lord needs something like that, but
Yeah.
maybe the dryads can be interesting because of the volume of attacks that they have, and it
And
becomes
+1 to Dryads would be badass.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's decent.
Also,
Nothing. Oh my god!
Yeah.
If you have the points and you don't know how to spend them, get it. I think
Definitely.
Yeah.
Very good unit there. So, what are we ranking them as, guys?
Still probably like I don't know. It's good.
It's not meh. It's a low good. I think it's like okay, it's acceptable. It makes the
Yeah.
cut.
Okay, so we're going to go for a good or meh.
Man,
Good,
I
meh,
think
meh.
probably meh.
Probably meh.
Because they like
Their points are again
120.
120. Yeah, I'd say you know what. There's probably something else you can spend 120 points on in
Especially
a
another 10 dryads or something.
yeah, I'll
Like,
definitely get more wounds out of that.
probably, yeah.
Yeah. So now for Ripper's Snotfangs. Very,
Yes.
very, very unique because they're the only Wolf Riders that aren't legend status. So
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
as we definitely have to put this in your court because you're the Gloomscut get player here. So
It's like why are these in Gloomspite Gets? Because there's nowhere else to go, really. They got some cool abilities. Like always, it's the mount that does the work, not the rider.
Yeah.
And yeah, they got that 6-inch pilot, which is quite fun. So they can
Yeah.
just run around, be a bit of a cleanup type flanking squad.
You get to hit better
Yeah,
Right.
hitting in
against
more
bigger
wounds.
monster.
Yeah.
I think it is. If the wound characteristic is 2,
2 or more, yeah. So
Yeah.
then they had +1 to hit. Let me just double check.
that's
this.
cool. Does that count for the
Yes, that is
bounce as well?
correct. for this unit, snap from Joe. So it is
Only
the
the
mounts.
wolves.
It is the mounts to get the plus
Oh,
one. It's the wolves being bloodthirsty and they will yum yum yum.
Which is,
That's
I
really
think
cool.
it's cool. Gives it a little bit more like fight first. So you can chuck in some fanatics. They hit in first. Then the enemy attacks back, kills all your fanatics.
And then you go,
Then you will
Piling 6 inches is always a
That's
great
always fun, and it's nice to play with it when you're on
consider that
it.
it's 6 attacks. Just from the wolves, it's 6 attacks, 3+3+, and it's 2 damage. So,
It could be 3+2+ if you're a big model, right?
well, it's 2+3+ if you're a big model.
Ooh, that's nice.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
very cool. Doing 2 damage is fun.
I mean, maybe it's not super, but it's definitely good.
at least I'm like, these are a hint to the future. So
So would you say
they're
a
probably-
good unit?
a good unit. I think
Definitely
they probably
a good
could
unit
just
over
find
there.
a spot to play.
Yeah.
I'm keen on them too. I like them as well. Now I've got the Grimwatch, a bunch of flesh eaters here, some ghouls, a very interesting model with Duke Crackmar, a dude with a big axe there. As in, he's a courtier with a bunch of ghouls and bats. Bats that don't actually count as fell bats. Bats that
Yeah,
just
they're-
are extra D6 hits in this
Same
unit.
profile as the other 5 guys, basically.
Yeah,
So
so,
random.
for 120 points for a courtier, 120 points for these guys. You're pretty much trading that CP spend for 10 guys, or you just get these 6 guys for free. They're kind of doing what ghouls do, kind of run forward. If you need a hero, is there the 6-inch hero leadership thing that flesh eater courts have? Is that a death thing? That's still a
It
death
might
thing.
be. It might be on the allegiance.
The
It's
allegiance.
not on the heroes.
So, they do the damage probably equal to a 10-man squad because it's the D6.
Very possible.
So
Yes.
close to it at least.
I think the difference is the extra damage against monsters. I mean, not that really. I mean, this is a fluffy rule. They are supposed to be on a quest to slay big things, so they get the +1 damage against big monsters. But I don't think in game these are what you want to send against
The big
a
monster.
Bloodthirster, a Velok, or an Archeon,
But
a
you
Teclis.
could throw it
You
in.
could,
like,
because the monster at least you hit something with a wound profile of.
Doesn't say it's
just monsters.
It has the keyword
Okay.
monster.
So then I guess, I mean, you do get some of the smaller monsters. I mean, taking on some cockatrices and stuff like that.
maybe. They
Yeah.
+1 hits or damage.
+1 damage.
Oh, that's not bad then. 4s and
Not too
4s.
bad.
Yeah, 4s and 4s, you're like, you're going to do like 3 damage.
It all goes down to the points comparison, though. Is it worth taking them, or is it worth
It's
taking a
compared,
courtier?
do you want a courtier? The courtier doesn't do anything different besides the summoning a 10-man squad of ghouls. So
Yeah. Whereas he only
He gets
heals
the
his
lookouts.
units.
Yeah,
That's
the
it.
2+. Yeah.
he heals his unit, so you're getting the unit for free without spending the CP, but getting a slightly smaller squad, and you get to heal them. So you're probably in the long run, if you're not fighting, if they're screening or being like a bit backfield, probably have a right spot.
To
They're
me,
probably
they are
still a bit meh, but like.
I agree. For me, they are meh as well.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's a little bit
a
of a meh
10-man
ticket.
squad of ghouls is unlikely to survive very long, so I don't think
No,
they won
probably
with
not.
these, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
definitely not.
The plus to bounce, they need to be close to him. So in the other case, if you summon that ghoul unit can go somewhere. In this case, they have to be
They're
together.
together, yeah.
So that's why it's like meh.
Yeah, so going on to the next.
On to the next one, we got Prof Gordon's Man Trappers. Very strange unit, this, because reminiscent of a hunter. He comes with a frost saber and everything else, has some noblars, and then a trap. What does trap ability do for the actual field?
So the trappy trap, you pick a terrain that is not in your opponent's deployment zone, and you put this marker there, right? So when your opponent's unit is close enough, you can activate, and they take either D3 or D6. I think it's D3. I will confirm in a second. There it is. D6 on a 2+, D6 mortal wounds, and then you remove the wound.
It's kind of cool if you in the army. It doesn't. It's going to be in your deployment zone probably because most of the missions have like half the battle deployment.
So you can pick an objective as well, which is actually interesting.
Oh, so you can trap an objective.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Terrain, I wonder.
Backfield objective. That'd be quite.
What
cool.
about using
terrain?
faction terrain?
Yeah, exactly.
That could be
It
interesting.
doesn't say, and I don't know if it requires to say faction terrain or not. So
Probably not, but
I like the objective, to be honest.
at 160 points, you compare Hunter's 120 plus a Frost Saber's 40, so you had 160 there plus some Nobblers.
It's coming off either way.
So yeah,
You're getting some free Noblers space.
Noblers and a mortal wound thing.
Yes.
So
It's okay.
that's actually pretty good. Backfield is like he can protect 2 backfield objectives easy with his little trap and himself there. So you're like, come and get me, and you charge into him and he blows you
Plus,
up.
you can put him in ambush. Both him and the rest.
True.
And when you set him up, then you get the
trap.
frost. The
frost
tiger
saber.
basically frost.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're going for good, man?
I
Good,
think
man?
it's good enough to make good. I think
Good stuff.
it's not a point and click. You still have to think how to use it, but the potential is very good.
And it gives you a bit of variety
Yeah.
at Beastman.
Makes sense.
Beast rated army.
Who do we have coming up now?
Next, we have the Wormspat, the team of Nurgle. And
This is
they-
Warfield.
It's definitely. Give me the points there, Brad.
There are
Compared
180 points for the team,
Yeah.
or it's 120 points for a Nurgle sorcerer thing, or 140 points for Bard Nurgle people. So it ends up being 176 points for the 3 of them if you were to compute it. So
So
you're paying
you're
for the
looking at-
bodyguard, making it more expensive than the usual.
she gets the ability to get an extra 1 to a roll once per game, right?
To the casting roll.
To a
Yes,
casting roll.
correct.
So she's basically a very highly wounded Nurgle sorcerer. With 2 extra blockings. Blocking abilities do as blockings do, roll what exploding 6s and all of that. So fun, guys. Nice unit. Possible if you have some extra points there, then yeah, worth it. But otherwise, not too sure. I mean,
this is
if you want to spend the extra 7, well, actually, would you even want to go and spend the extra points on it?
This is strange because that's the only one of the like hero-based guys that is more expensive than just the dude. So it's
Yeah.
like if you were to buy the ogre and the it's
Then you
160,
gotta-
The Blight Kings do a lot of work, though. The Blight Kings
They
can
really
and they
hurt a lot.
and they bounce the save. So, but then also everyone else who has bouncing saves isn't getting point. But
No, I get it,
Blight
but
Kings
I don't think any of the other teams have the output damage that the Blight Kings can have.
That's
Because
very
the
true.
Blight Kings, if you build your army right, this is really interesting. I would have this at the back sitting on an objective, going, come at me, bro, and you have to get through them.
So what's
So
interesting is they have the blocking keyword, so they can be blessed with the any other blocking abilities that are running around. So that's very cool.
they can
I
get the
like
shrug, they can get the -1 range if you're in the right list. So it's interesting. What, 4 extra points we said, basically? Is that what you're paying? 5 extra points?
it's 180 compared to 120, so you're paying 56 points. So it's like
Yeah.
you're getting it for 4 extra points, then buying the Black King separate.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
Where would
works.
we?
if you have the extra points to go and squeeze on top of your sorcerer, then go for it because adding +1 to cast that extra endless spell in the game might be useful. I'd give them good,
Same.
definitely.
Maybe it's a low good. As in,
Yeah,
like maybe there is something better you can do with those
Definitely
points,
not, man.
but it's still
yeah.
good enough.
The next unit is Wallrock Crushers. A very nice.
Sailor's Master of Destruction.
Yeah, so they do what brutes do. Not very much. No. I know. So they're 90 points for 3 guys in comparison to a normal squad of brutes, which is 5 guys for 130. So 26 points a model versus 30 points a model versus 26.
Mm.
So they got a buff that if they kill a monster, they get a +1 to wound.
A bit situational, but I mean,
Could come in, but like they do what brutes do. So it's like they move slowly, they punch pretty well, they have all the buffs. So
they don't get the globe, right?
they don't get the claw of the boss of the squad. So they just even though there is like a
Just
named
a
guy, not a named guy, but it's named after more
A
questionable.
leader
Mm.
guy.
It's like
Yeah.
he doesn't have the special weapons, but so they kind of just are doing the hammer work still. So they kind of if you don't have the points for a full brute squad, chuck them in.
Would you ever find yourself in a situation to have 90 points spare to use this guy?
Oh,
Is it a common
it
thing?
used to be. I mean, you'd put odd boys to get 10 points more, or you'd put the odd boy team from earlier in the season
Mm.
in for 80 points. So
Me? I don't think they're trash.
I think
I don't think they're
probably,
trash. Probably more meh than anything else. Yeah. So we rewarded them as meh on that because they're not the best. You could probably find something else to do.
But they're cool models.
Oh yeah.
Replace the brutes.
And always the
We
alternate.
say every time, right?
Yeah.
These are cool looking models at the very base. So-
Yeah.
And
They
then
definitely maybe use as alternate versions of brutes.
And then last but not least,
Definitely not least.
ending on a high.
Oh my gosh. More Wet's Blade Coven.
So
again, Darren, take it away.
They're insane. Let's leave it at that. They're absolutely insane. Cheaper than any other Hag Priests.
Hag Priest is 80 points, right?
Yeah.
There as a whole squad of 5 people is 80 points.
Do we need to say anything else?
You're getting a bunch of free shit.
You get all the extra attacks of all the witches. You get the attacks of the Sister of Slaughter. You get some mortal wound abilities in the Blood Sister with an extra wound on her. You've got the Hag Brew. You've got the Spear. You've got everything in this unit. And locked to Hagnar.
The punishment is you lock to Hagnar.
Yeah, that's the punishment. And that she's a hero, so she can't take any relics. So who cares?
Yeah, you don't give her
Really,
relics anyway. So.
You take it anyway. You add it in as an ally if you're not playing Hagnar. You go and she's just amazing.
Yeah,
there's
so
nothing.
this guy is super.
The fact is, it's just pretty much a must. I don't know if it isn't a must, it's a must take already.
It is. It's right now, before she gets FAQ'd, this warband gets super.
But they FAQ to 140 points.
Yeah. Even if they get FAQ to 140 points, with that many extra wounds, it's worth it.
Or
Maybe not 140, but I can see 120. 120 makes it fair. 140 is a bit too steep at that point.
Absolutely brilliant. Totally brilliant.
We can actually see that this we can actually see that this season has no trash or do not resuscitate, because we had 1 or 2 of those ones in the previous seasons, while this is all on the upper spectrum. So
definitely a much better season.
Or Darren, sorry, I don't want to be an ass, but look on like other side, so that we can actually Beastgrave. Thanks to this man, Beastgrave seems to be a really good one for Sigmar.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So that's the end rankings for this session.
Third season.
Third season over there. When we're looking at the Diachasm stuff. No. What's
next?
What is this new one called? Diachasm.
Diachasm.
When we look at the new season, when they finally all come out, I think it's going to be very interesting, especially with the new vampire warbands. I mean, 4 vampires, all piranha people. That's going to be a little bit hectic. Yeah, and with that, we'd like to say thank you very much for joining us.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Exactly.
Do that.
Ciao.
Brad, Andrea, me. Cheers. And press the button.